You're listening to Just Hit Play with your hosts, Peter and Nick Cabral. If you're tired of your stagnant, streamed music feed, then strap yourselves in for an intergenerational sonic journey through Peter and Nick's favorite songs.
Welcome to episode 183 of Just Hit Play. I'm your host, Peter. With me is my co-host, Nick. Nick, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Feeling very good. I'm really excited to talk about the music this week, and I've also got a movie review that you might be interested in.
Nice. I am very interested in movies. I love movies. Good. Glad to hear you're doing well. Everything is good on my end. It's starting to heat up here. Summer is starting to come around. It was like 30-something degrees the other day, and I hated it, which is awful. But, that's the big smoke living in Australia. Unfortunately, you have to put up with the heat.
Yes, you have to put up with the heat to be able to have Christmas on the beach.
Yeah, I do love our Christmases on the beach. And how's everything there? Is it getting a little bit cooler?
It is, yeah, but this is my favorite time of year weather-wise, where I can wear a nice jacket and some pants. I don't know, I love jackets. I love wearing jackets, so great time of year.
You know, it's funny. I had to do this job a couple nights ago, and it was in like a men's well-to-do club. Like it was like one of those old boys clubs sort of thing. And they're like, well, you won't get in unless you have a long sleeve shirt. And I was like, oh shit, I got to go buy a long sleeve shirt.
Oh, jeez.
So I had to go to the store, and I hated it. I hated it so much wearing the long sleeve shirt. So I had to wear like a button up long sleeve shirt. And I did not have one. All my shirts are short sleeve. And I was like, wow, Australia's fun.
Yeah, I guess you can do that when you live there.
Yeah. That is pretty much what I do. Yeah, I own now one long sleeve shirt.
Very nice.
Yeah. Are you ready to get into some music?
I am. Yeah, let's do it. So
yeah, you're doing your band first. So talk to us about your band.
This week, I got you to listen to a song by the French electronic music duo Justice. It's from their debut album known as Cross or Untitled. And we're going to listen to the song DVNO. Darren, just hit play.
It's almost the same, storytelling when I can come in. One more time, my ancestors, I swear I mean no offense, but you better learn to read it. It's all about membership. For the union, ugly girls and boys, I put you on.
All right, so DVNO, Justice, French EDM, electronic music. What did you think?
You know, this song shouldn't work. It has so many competing elements, but it is so good. It is such a good song.
It's so good.
It shouldn't work. Like I love the fact that it's 3 minutes. First off, it's really quick, and it just gets in there and it gets out. Fantastic. But yeah, like do you know what I mean? Like there's so many different elements to the song that it's sort of a mishmash. It shouldn't work, but it does wonderfully.
Yeah, it's a mess of a song. Like it's just so maximalist, and there's so much happening where you can just picture the computer with when they were making the song with all the different audio tracks, and there must be 100 on this thing. There's so much happening, so many different sounds, but it's melded together, I think, perfectly. It's really good.
Not only are there a mishmash of sounds, but a mishmash of genres too. There's disco in there, there's 80s synth, there's some house music, some techno pop. Like they grab a lot of things from different eras.
Exactly. And they sample a lot of things from different eras too. This song doesn't have as many, but the first song on the album, I think, samples like 50 Cent, Slipknot, and Queen all at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
So that's just a ridiculous combination. And I think speaks to the fact that Justice, the French duo, are really just lovers of music. And you can tell they love so much, and they pull from so many different influences. And somehow it works for them.
Yeah, it works beautifully. Like I love driving to this song. I would have it going on when I was driving to and from jobs. It's just so upbeat, and I love the bop to it. It was great car song.
Yeah, hell of a car song. And I really like this album in the gym as well. Like high BPM and the heavy bass lines, really, really good in the gym.
Yeah, that would make perfect sense. It's a great gym song. You know, it's funny you say that. I was thinking about doing something where we were gonna talk about the best gym songs. I was gonna get you to listen to what I think are the best gym songs, and this might be in there. So we might have to reference this if I ever do that.
Might have to.
Those episodes, yeah.
Might just have to. So, had you heard of Justice before?
You know, if I have, I must not have, because it didn't sound familiar to me. Obviously, I do know them now, so it's hard to rethink back to 2 weeks ago because we haven't recorded in a couple of weeks. But no, I don't think I had heard of Justice.
So this album, which I said was their debut, it came out in 2007, and it was recorded during over 2005, 2006, fully in Paris, and they set out to make an opera disco album. That's what they wanted to do, an opera disco album, with just hundreds and hundreds of micro samples. So I already said on the album they've got Slipknot, Queen, 50 Cent. There's also some Prince, Britney Spears, Madonna on this album. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I read that in total on this album, which is about 12 songs, there are over 400 samples.
Wow, that's a lot of
crazy.
That's a lot of samples,
and a lot of them are micro samples. Like they said, where they wouldn't even bother trying to track people down and ask for credit, because it would be like half a second of a snare drum from something that would show up once in a song, but they just wanted to throw it in there. So they didn't even bother clearing them.
Yeah, I wonder how busy the legal department was to clear some of those samples.
God, yeah, their label must have hated them. Absolutely hated them.
It's always funny to me because of all these samples, because you have to pay for these, and how much money. I wonder how much money they actually made versus if if they hadn't used some of those samples, how much money they would have made.
Yeah, well, there's a song on this album, probably the best known song, DANCE. It's basically an entire Michael Jackson homage, and it's kind of it interpolates a bunch of different Michael Jackson songs throughout it. So yeah, I can't imagine what they would have had to pay to do that.
That would have been expensive. Yeah. Michael Jackson's music does not come cheaply. That's for sure.
God, no, absolutely not.
No.
Yeah, I have to admit, I wasn't sure how you'd feel about this album, given that I know you're kind of like iffy sometimes on dance music and EDM, but I'm glad that this one hit the switch in your brain.
Yeah, I feel bad for bands. Like I've mentioned this in episodes before. There's so much music out there that it's hard to sound unique, but I think they've done it kind of the right way, where they've just created a song, the sound of a song that was so unique to themselves. When you try to sound blues or you try to sound rock and roll or hard rock, whatever, there's just so much preceding you that it's so hard to sound original, but they pulled it off. I think this is such an original song.
I completely agree. And the album as a whole is unique and original and fresh. Every song feels like a breath of fresh air, and they create this distinct like soundscape on the album, but it's so diverse at the same time because they pull from so many different areas and sounds. Yeah. So Justice have done a really good job here. I think this really goes down as one of the best debut albums in recent memory. They haven't really matched this high. They've put out a few albums in the almost 20 years since, never really hit this high, but this one, Cross, it's gone down very, very, very well.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite high on like the top albums of the 2000s lists.
Right. So it is a bit of an older song though. That was the other thing. I didn't know when it had been released. I couldn't pick its genre or age. Yeah,
2007. Wow. So nearly 20 years.
That's crazy. So I moved to Australia in 2007. So it's been 18, 19 years for that song. That's crazy. Yeah.
There you go. And obviously, anytime we're talking about French electronic music duos, it invites the Daft Punk comparison.
Yep.
We're both big fans of Daft Punk, and I actually think that these guys do a pretty good job at standing apart from them. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel derivative of Daft Punk, but you can see
not at all.
You can see the trail that Daft Punk blazed for them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you can see that Daft Punk would have had some influence on, digital music or DJ music from France. So there's obviously that impact. But you're right, they don't sound anything like Daft Punk.
And I think it's hard to do because these guys would have been coming up at the time where Daft Punk was really, really big and having a huge moment. So to be in basically the same scene and make something that is received just as well, but sounding completely different, I just think that's impressive.
Exactly. And, and as I mentioned, there's so much music that has been around for 50 years or 60 years of modern music. It's so hard to write original music now.
Yeah.
So good on them. Yeah, good on them.
Now, did you see the album cover for this at any point?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because you said that it was called The Cross. Or are they a religious sort of Christian band?
No. They are absolutely not. They actually, the cover art of the album, they actually wanted to pay homage to the T-Rex album, Electric Warrior.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they set out saying they were wholly inspired by Electric Warrior and they wanted to make something.
Gotta love T-Rex,
right. Yeah, so do these guys. They love T-Rex.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, Gaspard Auger and Xavier de Rosnay. They love T-Rex.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's a great song. I loved it. I love driving to it. Love listening to it in the car. It's such a bop. It's so good.
Oh, I'm really glad. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, cool. Okay, now we're going to get into my song now, and I'm sort of getting you to listen to some of the worst recorded songs of all time, because if I know it, I think you should have to know it too. And I got you to listen to Starship with a song called We Built This City. Now, before we get into it, Darren, just hit play.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
All right, Nick, what did you think of We Built This City? Had you heard it before?
Of course. This song is sadly ubiquitous.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you the movies and shows that I've seen or heard this song in, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm almost 100% sure it's in the Lego movie. So,
yep.
Yeah, I've heard this song many times. I don't think it's good. I'll just say that. I actually recently I've had the other opinion when I listen to songs that have been ubiquitous, and I listen to them and I'm like, oh, well, I never heard this part before. This is good.
Yeah. There's no part of it you liked?
The verses don't do anything good for this song, in my opinion. But neither does the chorus. So then I'm just left with the conclusion the song isn't really that good. Mm-hmm. And that's where we are.
I think the most interesting thing about Starship is the origin story of Starship. Now, have you heard any of the origin story of Starship?
No.
So this song came out in, I think it was 85. This song came out. Huge song, by the way. Like, I think it topped the Billboard charts. Like, it was everywhere around that era, and it's so bad. But Starship kind of got their start in 1965 in San Francisco. They were Jefferson Airplane. Now, Jefferson Airplane are famous for writing a song called White Rabbit. I'm not sure if you've heard of White Rabbit. It's in a million movies as well.
I may know it if I heard it, but I don't know it from the name.
So they started in 1965. They were called Jefferson Airplane. Released some really, really big songs, the White Rabbit being their biggest hit. It's about Alice in Wonderland, White Rabbit. So it's a lot of like drug references and like taking mushrooms. As you can imagine, in the 60s, that would have been quite popular thing to talk about.
Yeah.
And then in the 70s, they became Jefferson Starship, and they changed their music direction to be a little bit more commercial. And then in the 80s, they just went to Starship, and they had a big change in their personnel. And they had a brand new singer, who's called Mikey Thomas, who's the singer that is singing on We Built This City. So they have a very interesting history, Starship. Not Jefferson Airplane, Starship. They go back to 1965.
That's very, very interesting. So White Rabbit was a hit though.
Huge.
Like they had success, huge success. And then 20 years later, they did it again.
Yes. Well, they had a couple really big songs though. They had "We Built This City." They had another song called "Sarah," and "Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now," which was featured on a movie soundtrack to Mannequin. Have you ever heard of Mannequin? I saw Mannequin in the movie theaters.
No, I don't think I have.
So Mannequin is a guy who works in like a department store, and at nighttime this one mannequin comes to life and he's able to interact with this mannequin, and he falls in love with the woman who is a mannequin who turns back into a mannequin.
Okay.
It's a very 80s movie, and that's where "Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now" was featured heavily in that movie.
Okay. So they had a good career and then reinvented themselves and did it again.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, after the late 80s, after probably "Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now," they never really had much success after that. They sort of got thrown away into the dustbin a little bit. But I would say up until "Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now," they had a lot of hits, and they made a lot of money off those hits.
Well, good for them. Sadly, it's at the expense of our ears.
Well, what's funny is and I didn't even know this, but when I looked into the songs, that "We Built This City" was co-written by Bernie Taupin. Do you know who Bernie Taupin is?
Of course, yes.
So
the man behind Elton John.
Elton John. So he wrote a lot of Elton John songs, and he wrote this song too. So this was written by Bernie Taupin.
Well, Bernie Taupin is nothing if not a hit maker.
Yes, he is.
So that doesn't come as a huge shock. I really can't decipher how much of my dislike for the song is just because of oversaturation throughout my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to distinguish, right? Like,
sure.
You always hear people talk about, oh, the song's overplayed.
Mm-hmm.
And normally it's in the context of like a modern contemporary pop song that's overplayed.
Yeah.
I think this song, despite being 40 years old, is still way too overplayed to the point where I can't stand it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear like the opening and I'm just like, like this again, really?
Yeah.
So that's like the kind of visceral reaction this song gives me. I'm not sure how much of it is the oversaturation, how much of it is I don't like it and it's bad.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about how bad this song is. So Blender magazine did they released an article in the magazine of the 50 worst songs ever released. So let's go with the top 10. And I want to ask you a question too, is how many of these have you heard?
Okay.
Number 10 is Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney, "Ebony and Ivory."
Yeah.
Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9 is Madonna with "American Life."
No.
Okay. Number 8 is Eddie Murphy, "Party All the Time."
Don't think so.
Terrible song. Number 7 is Bobby McFerrin with "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Number 6
is awful.
Yep. Number 6 is Huey Lewis and the News, "The Heart of Rock and Roll."
I don't think so.
Okay. Terrible song. Vanilla Ice is number 5 with "Ice Ice Baby."
No.
You don't agree with that one?
No. There are way worse songs in history than that.
Than "Ice Ice Baby"?
Yeah, there's gotta be.
Number 4 is Limp Bizkit with "Rollin'."
Maybe I know that song.
Terrible song. Number 3 is Wang Chung with "Everybody Have Fun Tonight."
Yeah, I'm hearing it in my head now, and I don't like it.
I do love that song. I do love that Wang Chung song. Number 2 is Billy Ray Cyrus with "Achy Breaky Heart."
I feel like I know that.
Yeah,
I feel like I know how it goes.
As I'm getting you to listen to some of the worst songs of all time, I would never get you to listen to that song on this podcast because I hate it so much that we wouldn't listen to it.
Okay.
And number 1 is Starship with "We Built This City."
Wow, made number 1.
Number 1.
Should we apologize to anyone listening that actually likes this song?
There's got to be some. And, they probably know that it's bad.
Okay.
But surprisingly, Mr. Roboto did not make the list. Did not make the top 50.
That's because that's fantastic.
I would have put it in the top 20, but they did not make the list.
Okay.
Yeah. What song do you have for me for next week?
All right. Well, I'm extremely excited for actually not just next episode, but the episode after that.
Well, you
I've
have
been
to
really.
before you get
Sorry?
into that though. Before you get into that,
Yeah.
we have a Halloween episode coming up, so we might have to wait and do a Halloween
You're
song.
right. Okay.
Not next week. The week after, we're doing
The
Halloween.
week after, yes.
Yes.
So, at any rate, next week you're
Yep.
going to listen to a song by my new favorite band. They are called Geese, and you're going to listen to the song Taxes.
Okay. Cool. Don't know them. Never heard of them. Can't wait to hear it. And continuing down the line of some of the worst songs ever recorded, we're going to listen to the song that was rated 38th worst song of all time in Blender magazine. It's by a band called Rednecks, and we're going to listen to Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, and I'll tell you why I have a secret. I love the song. I'll tell you next week why I love the song so much and what I do with the song, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Fantastic. I can't wait.
All right, let's do this day in music history. This is a really big day in music history. On October 19th, 1985, Aha went to number 1 on the U.S. single charts with Take On Me, making them the first Norwegian group to score a number 1 U.S. hit. The video song was featured heavily on MTV, and I'm assuming you've seen the video. It's like a pencil sketch versus live action. One of the greatest songs, singles ever released. So let's listen to a little bit of Aha, Take On Me. I love that song so much. It's so much part of my youth. It was released in 1985, as I said, and I love that song so much.
Yeah, fantastic song.
Yeah, it's one of those great songs from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a movie review.
I do, and it's a movie that you recommended to me very early on in this podcast. I watched Almost Famous.
Okay. What was your thoughts?
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, really good movie.
Yeah. It's
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. All the concert scenes I thought were really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just thought it was really, really cool. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm blanking on the director's name right now. I know his name. But
Cameron Crowe.
Cameron Crowe. So that is loosely based on his life. He did write for Rolling Stone magazine when he was in high school, and they had no idea how young he was. So that is actually part of a true story.
Okay, that's pretty cool then. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he did go on tour with the band, not knowing, again, no one knowing that he was really, really young and still in high school.
Yeah, like I thought at times it was maybe a bit too saccharine.
Absolutely.
Of a movie at some times, but overall I liked it quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I really liked Philip Seymour Hoffman in the movie. I thought he was awesome.
He played Lester Bangs, who was a real music critic who died. I don't know. He died pretty young, I think, Lester Bangs. So yeah, well-known music critic Lester Bangs.
Yeah, really cool. Really good.
It's funny, the lead actress who I'm blanking on right now, I can see her face, Goldie Hawn's daughter, who played Penny Lane in the movie. She was not originally cast as Penny Lane. It was going to be someone else who was a Canadian actress. Again, you caught me off guard. Her name was Polly something. So she was originally supposed to play Penny Lane, but thought that might explode her into stardom, and she backed out at the last second. And then that's when the actress who played Penny Lane came in.
Interesting. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's some good trivia then.
Yeah. So again, sorry about everyone. Everyone's probably screaming at their phones or wherever you listen to this, because I don't remember anyone's name. But there you go. That's the history of Almost Famous.
Sweet. Yeah. Great movie. Really enjoyed.
Cool. What are your plans for the rest of the week?
Just working, and then I am seeing Freddie Gibbs on Sunday.
Where are you seeing that?
Going to a concert. That is at History.
Oh, nice.
Newer venue. Yeah, I really like that one. Anniversary dinner Saturday night for Charlotte and I. And then on Monday, I'm doing a live fantasy basketball league draft. I'm hosting a draft at my house.
The season's starting.
That'll be fun.
Have you been following the Blue Jays too, as we're going to play later today, Game 4 in Seattle?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's well, they responded well, but at the end of the day, they are a Toronto sports team in the playoffs. So we'll see.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's talk about our independent artist this week, who is Sarah Alice from Brisbane. And we're going to listen to a song called Trust the Freefall. I asked Sarah what the song was about, and she said, I had a lot of change, difficult things to navigate in my life this year. And it's about when you can't see an end in sight or how things are going to turn out, and you just trust the free fall into the unknown and believing that you'll be okay. And I do love this song. I think she's got a really, really wonderful voice. So Darren, let's listen to Trust the Free Fall by Sarah Alice. And Nick, we can talk next week.
You got it.
Everything is changing, can't see up ahead. I don't know where I'm going, but instead I'm jumping into unknowns. Should be told it's scary, but the one thing I know is that I'll land on my feet. There's something big around the corner, waiting for me. So right now, I'll trust the free fall and enjoy the ride. I'll trust the free fall and hold my head high. I'll trust the free fall, arms open wide. I'll trust the free fall. I'll trust the free fall. Charging on with courage, one day at a time. I'm anticipating what's on the other side, and I believe that this will lead me where I'm meant to be. 'Cause I've been thrown out of my comfort zone, but I know through this I'll grow. So right now, I'll trust the free fall and enjoy the ride. I'll trust the free fall and hold my head high. I'll trust the free fall, arms open wide. I'll trust the free fall. I'll trust the free fall. I dare my life to come at me, 'cause I will climb and I'll get higher and higher and higher and higher and higher than I've ever been before. I'll trust the free fall and enjoy the ride. I'll trust the free fall and hold my head high. I'll trust the free fall, arms open wide. I'll trust the free fall. I'll trust the free fall. I'll trust the free fall. Yeah, yeah. I'll trust the free fall.
You've been listening to Just Hit Play. To contact your hosts, Peter and Nick, or to be featured on an episode as musical talent, email justhitplay7300@gmail.com. Keep up to date with news and announcements by following on Instagram and Facebook, linked in the show notes. Subscribe on your favourite podcatcher to tune in next week for more sonic delights. And if you can't wait till then, check out the Just Hit playlist on Spotify, linked in the show notes. A special thanks to Braden Munch for the theme song, and thank you for listening.